I'm doing this one more time, and this is going to be the last time I do this. I have no underwear on. I I'm a fun, colorful person, and still I have to make annoying fucking videos like this. I don't want to talk about it. I don't even want to hear it anymore, but because of life, it must be talked about. Yes, the title is stating what it said, and obviously, if you clicked on this video, then you're interested. So just stay and just listen to my boring, no, not boring. I'm gonna make it very interesting. I'm gonna try to put video effects in there for you, my story. I was gonna get water, but I did remember that I am literally fucking have no underwear on. Underwear under here. So I mean it will make the video interesting for you, but I'm not gonna get sued. Um so what I was going to say, so this title of the video is this annoying thing that I have to put back up, which I deleted because I don't like these having this on my page, but I'm the most realist, rarest person to talk about it in the realest way because people are scared and maybe they won't want to be called Uncle Tom. Well, bitch, I'm coming for you, bitch. As I said, I don't give. I'm not into this black, white, Caucasian, bitch, any of this thing. So, bitch, you can't call me anything. Now, I'm going to start off from the fucking beginning again. What got to this point of the story? Just hurry up, fast forward, blah, blah, blah. Last year, 2020, December, whatever, I was working at Sarpino's Pizzeria, and there were Mexican people mostly working there, as most places that have food now, there are mostly Mexican people working there, just everywhere. It was fine. I worked with Mexican people before. I've had sex with Mexican people before I had this job, blah, blah, blah. There was a gay Mexican person that was the manager there. Came in. I say hi. I don't like to. I like to be happy with my coworkers. You know, say hi. We're with each other. I'm with you more than I am with my cats. Bitch, we can be cordial. I don't see what the problem is. Being respectful, saying hello and thank you to your coworkers. But I'm a bad person and I'm not a good employee. Um, so the person was gay and Mexican, the manager that was working at this place there, and it was so weird. So in the beginning, we were talking. I'm like, I don't like labels, but sometimes I'll label myself as pansexual. If I did labels and stuff, it would be one of them. I'm like trying to find the great profession. I'm And this person told me that they were going to try to kill themselves before, blah, blah, blah. Not to say it like that. We've all had, like, I guess not all, but some people have had moments. It's okay, and I understand that. And I thought we were getting along. You know, you're telling me something so personal, you want to kill yourself and shit like this. You know, that's really crazy. And it was just some things, just, they were saying out this mouth. And then one time there was a customer that came in. They were like, oh, you're pretty in chocolate or whatever. I'm like, thank you. I'm really shy and I'm blushy and shit like that. I know I'm chocolate, but this motherfucker gets red. And I was like, okay, thank you. And I saw his face and stuff like the gay Mexican guy. His name is Carlos. That's what I'm gonna be calling him, just so I can get to the rest of the stories. Because I'm so tired of doing this, but this will be the last time that I put this video back up here. It's like I gathered more information and just so much stuff that it's just too real to be ignored. And because of my life situations, which I'm going to get into, I have to make this video just for everybody. And I feel like I'm being sacrificed. And hopefully, this is what God's plan is for me. And I'm not Martin Luther King. I'm not going to tell a story, do all this just to see my masterpiece not really be fulfilled. Because he might have street names and stuff like that. But this motherfucker still is dead. And his agenda, we've been heard so many shit. It's just so weird. But anyways, Carlos had asked me after the person said that I was pretty in chocolate. He was like, "What did he say?" And then he like had a nasty look on his face. Like he has picture someone that has a very shisty face. Like they like to talk shit behind people's face back. Like if that was a face, Carlos is that face, basically. And they say looks can be deceiving, but I swear to God, like some people's face really do match their personality sometimes for a reason. And it's not to deceive, it really is generally what it is because they're a shisty person and that's really how they are. So this is not just to like tell all my woes, this is to help people. And I'm not going to sell my soul to help you guys. That's what I'm not going to do because I'm very understanding that I'm very real and I'm a rare personality, especially after this situation. And for people also like this and like me, I know we're very rare, so this is why I'm starting to get out of my comfort zone and making these videos like these. So I don't expect a lot of likes, and I know it's only a few real people, but when I get like one, two, I'll be okay because I know it's only not a lot of real people, so I expect that amount, honestly. And it's not for me to get likes. So when you guys see this, just know when I want to start off and as I'm putting this stuff, this is not for hate. This is not to promote hate. This is the reason why I'm making this because I'm tired of bullshit like this. Now, he was just, he had like a little nasty look on his face, like really weird, just disgusting. Like what he said, you know what the fuck he said, bitch, because you just made a fucking nasty face. And then after this situation, I don't believe in like, I didn't believe, I guess, before this past year, I did not believe a lot of things that the Lord can send you signs, but I was very already open minded to supernatural things and supernatural and surreal things happening on this earth. And if you're not, I just really believe that you're ignorant. This world, regardless of you only being able to live in the hood or wherever the fuck you come from, it is so much more than monetary things and it's so bigger. So I've always believed that there was a higher power or something. I just know that humans like to fuck up shit. So I was just really always confused about what that higher power was. But I have definitely always been aware and felt that there has been a power that is higher than humans. Because to leave humans on this earth without any supervision, I believe that is the devil itself, honestly. But so to get back into the situation where Sarpinos, and I'm going to start here after the person came in and gave me that compliment. And I think the Lord sent, because one, I don't like to be called black. The color of my skin is chocolate. My eyebrows are black, yes. If my face was black too, you would not see my eyebrows. And we live in a time where motherfuckers can be called he, she for their pronouns. They got like weird pronouns. I heard there's a pronoun called demonology or some shit. So these motherfuckers can be called this, and it's not, I guess it's accurate to them. Okay. So, bitch, why don't you call something that is really truthfully accurate, which is me being chocolate, bitch? And I take this very serious. I'm the only reason why I'm going so hard about it, and I'm not spreading an agenda, but it's because if you bitches can get away with being men and you're women, and you can get away with being women or your man and blah blah blah, then bitch, I should be able to get the way with me being called my accurate skin color is chocolate. And I love the color of my skin very, very much, regardless of all the backlash and hate and jealousy that comes from having it. Love makes me love it even more. Now, I'm gonna get back into the situation. After this person said this to me, and I do think it was like an open mind. This was a lesson from the Lord. It's just so much shit that happened before and after the situations I can't even put. But let me just go because I know I don't want to make it too long for you. But he was just being really racial to me. He was saying racist things. Oh, I only like. Oh, he told me a new word, ethnic narcissist, meaning that you only want your race to win, aka racist. It's like they making new words, which is the same thing. It's just hate all in one. He was saying I only want Latina women to win, blah blah blah. Just saying a lot of unnecessary shit to bring me down, just because I came in there with a happy smile, high spirited. Um, and high spirited. And then he came in there. I told him one day they were like him and this white guy, this like white guy. He was on Americans Got Talent, but he's a delivery driver now. He's like some stupid ass white guy. He's very stupid. They kept on being slick. Because I had did stand-up comedy when I was there, so they were trying to hide racism with comedy, trying to act like they were trying to be funny with me, but they were being racist. Just like doing, extra stuff that was not, unnecessary. I'm You have to know your worth because I was gonna say something else before, so or someone's gonna take advantage of you. Now I knew well, the fact that I did do stand-up comedy while I was working there, I had did a stand-up comedy at the Laugh Factory while I was working there. So it made it seem like, I guess, that they were not really nothing. And it was probably jealousy because you can't really do what I do. And you don't, it was really weird. But to be racist, it was crazy. Let me just go past it. And one day, me and Carlos was in alone. He told me he got robbed by a black guy or something, and then he's been racist after that. That just sounds so stupid because you know you're Mexican, obviously, bitch, because that's why you saying you're racist. There's so much stuff said about Mexican people. So if you are basically allowing someone to rob you and then you're going to blame that on all fucking colored people, then bitch, you basically telling me some Mexican person does something to me, then that's every Mexican person's fault. But people don't really think like that when they're in their emotions, and I know, and this is why I have to keep on taking this video up and down because after this situation, well, it's just so much crazy stuff. Let me just try to put it all in a good picture for you. Um, so it was just really crazy and it was really weird what was going on. And I just tried to think about all my encounters I had with Mexicans. I'm like, I've always did nothing but root for you motherfuckers. In Chicago, where I was raised at, when I was there, Mexican people, I already, growing up, I basically considered them black because the African Americans, they were letting them say the N word. A lot, and they didn't say nothing about it. They were cool with it, so I was cool with it. They didn't say nothing about it, so I've always just grown up basically considered Mexicans to be black people. So this was a weird, very encounter that I had with this situation, and I was trying to let it go after that, but my mind was just so mind blown because when I was 16, when Donald Trump was becoming president, I marched with a bunch of people. There was a protest. There was a Mexican man that got beat up by the police, and me, the protest lawyer, and a few other marchers. We waited for him to get leave, and I remember I hugged him. He had like some marks on his arms and stuff like that. I remember talking, I had like a Mexican associate when I was younger. I had sex with Mexican people before this situation. So I was just trying to, and it was a Mexican girl that was on the train one time by herself, looked at like 16, 15, very young. She looked a little kind of nervous. And I told her to come sit by me. So I've just been trying to think about every fucking thing that I did. Like, bitch, am I white, bitch? Did I take your fucking land, bitch? What the fuck did I do to you to deserve this hate, bitch? And it was just like, I've been wondering. So I just went through a whole period of being really hateful, thinking like a lot of hateful things about Mexicans in my head after the situation because I was highly disgusted. And then I was thinking, oh, how can you think like that? You are a gay male, you trying to act like a female, so you must get that from your women. And I'm noticing that they like to pit the African women and Latin women or whatever together. For some reason, I don't know, because when you come together, you make great art, bitch. That they want to pit them together, and I see them doing it. I remember when I was on social media savvy, I saw this thing on IG. It said something about B Simone and Danny Lee, something about Latino women always get the privilege or something because they're light or whatever. And it was just saying something about some. I didn't really look deep into it. I was like, this is weird. In my opinion, B Simone, if we want to talk about have competition with beauty, B Simone looks more beautiful than Danny Lee to me. Even and she just did her like her chop off with her hair and shit, and she looks more prettier to me. But this is something that they continue to do. I noticed, and also I remember this white man who told me, he said Mexican people work hard. This white guy, basically saying that white people himself, you're saying that your own people that they don't work hard. By saying that basically Mexican people work hard, you're saying that you don't work hard. And this is the issue that I'm noticing. White people, they're allowing Mexican people by getting jobs and them saying all these things about them, which is a lie because a lot of races work hard. Some people just need opportunities to work. A lot of countries don't have that, but a lot of races work hard. No race works harder than the other. And let's get that straight. It may seems like it because they're getting hired a lot and they're doing a lot of jobs around, and it may seem like they're the only ones that are working, but they are not the hardest working, and that is very disgusting to other people that have had dreams and that have worked very hard for their dreams as well. But this is what white people do. This old ass white guy told me this. And basically you saying that they work hard, you're basically admitting what a lot of people have said, that you white people take people's shit and then you make it your own and you don't do any hard work. And this is what Mexican people are getting big headed at right now lately, Latino people, because of these comments that are being made, and they're getting a little cocky by getting a bunch of jobs, most of the jobs in Spanish being a requirement or requested bilingual for most jobs now. So I'm noticing after I marched with Donald Trump, I'm noticing a little more cockiness and big headedness with them now because of the preference level for employment. And I'm noticing that. And I'm not going to be put in competition with anybody. I'm not going to, for monetary reasons, I'm not going to be put in competitions about looks, because looks are nothing, bitch. We all head into the same thing. Old age and Botox is not going to stop it, bitch. And I'm not worried about looks because, one, bitch, I am chocolate. And I'm not going to be doing this race wars or competition with anybody because I don't see any. You are not the Lord, bitch. You are not nothing to me, and you are not my importance or my main thing that I need to think about. And I need to make this video. As I saw it, I saw my coworker from my last job that I just saw. So I'm saying things different in the video. I was gonna go hard and talk about how I think that they Mexican and Latin people are devil worshippers. I was gonna go deep into that as I did before, but even though some things have happened, I'm not gonna put that on all the Latin race. But there has been some demonic things that have happened with the Carlos situation. A lot of um, surreal supernatural things that are very, like, you have to be very open-minded to understand this. But I'm not going to put that after seeing him. It kind of calmed my mind, but I'm not going to put that on the whole Latin and Mexican race. I'm going to try to hope that a lot of you guys, I'm going to hope that most of you are not racist, and yet you do love your children regardless of how dark they are. But we're going to get back into what I was stating before. So they allow this to happen a lot. And I know this for a reason because I've been around Latina women that was like, oh, when I did my security class before, they were like, oh, you're beautiful. And then they kind of gave like a look like, like, bitch, don't do too much like that when you get to like, some stuff. And let me see where I want to go with my points so I can make sure I'm doing all this. So that's what I was gonna say. So the Trump Tower, when I was visiting Chicago, the Trump Tower, after this was after I was 16 back in 2020. So the Mexican people, I guess, it's been a tradition lately. They've been riding around the Trump Tower with the Mexican flag and stuff, liquor in their car, all types of stuff. And they one day were riding around the Trump Tower. I just was thinking about when I marched when I was 16 with everyone. So I started clapping for them. I thought it was like a protest. I didn't know what it was. So I started clapping, for them. And there was this Mexican girl who had the flag up, and I started clapping. I was like, yay! Because you out here, you got your flag out. You want some appreciation, some acknowledgement. Why else would you have that flag? You want people to know that they care. So that's why I clapped. That's what I'm thinking you wanted. And this girl, I kid you not, looked back at me and gave me like a little nasty ass look for clapping for you. Um, so this pride shit, that's what I have said. This pride shit is satanic. Um, I love food. I love tasting other cultures' food. But one thing though, don't ever think that your culture or your race is over God, bitch. And that's what the fucking problem is, and why we have racism, because bitch, you think that you're better than somebody because of your race. That is a made up fucking race, bitch. It means nothing. Um, but the title of this video, I want to hurry up and get into because I don't want to make it an hour video, is called Should Black People be called out on being racist just like how everyone else is now? And this is obviously a topic of conversation because when I go on my YouTube, they're suggesting me videos and things like that still talking about racism. So regardless if I'm not watching news, it's some stuff that's still happening, obviously. So let me hurry up and jump back into this. So after this situation with Carlos, before this, I had met this Mexican boy at the DMV. We had talked for a little bit, and the situation got a little crazy because he was with this African American guy, and it just I'm gonna get into that. But I didn't see him after. Fast forward a couple months ago, not I mean last month and back in June. I met up. This was like when I was still pissed off with Mexicans after Carlos, and I had went through a very serious depression due to the situation. And I decided to work remotely, so that's what I've been doing because I cannot be around people anymore, and especially with Mexicans working mostly in the workplace, I just don't feel comfortable. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but it's so much supernatural shit. I'm not about to go to a fucking psychiatric hospital for being seen like I'm crazy because I love too hard and I'm real. And a lot of people like that are the main ones. We are made to seem crazy, and I'm not. That's not going to happen with me. And I guarantee. So let me go into also let me go into before I go into that. While I was working at Salpinos, they were talking about that Karen thing. You know how they're using the Karen word now, all these Karen videos and stuff. I don't know how the fuck this came out. I just kind of got put onto it. And they were making it, videos about the Karen. They were saying stuff about Karen. I was like, I have two white moms. He told me he had two white moms, but bitch, you're not acting like because you just said that you only want Mexicans to survive, bitch. I'm very confused. But let me get into the thing with the white. Let me just hurry up and not be sweet about it. Let me just get into the thing about the Karen word being equivalent to the N word. Now, the main reason why I'm making this video and why I'm going so hard more than before is because when I was 16 years old, the day of the Trump protest, the one where I saw the Mexican man get beat up, I got raped and I was pregnant and I was intoxicated because the bars, they were so full, the streets were so full of protesters, they did not like cart me, and I got super drunk that day. And I was taken advantage of by an older male, and a baby came out of the situation. Just so many things. I was just nervous to get an abortion, and life just came, and I just was not ready for the situation. I just didn't feel that I was going to be able to be the best mother that I wanted to be if I was ever to be a mother. And I never wanted to be a mother because I never wanted to put my child on this earth with all these six things and knowing that they're going to come out with melanin in their skin. It's just too much shit. And as a mother, I just don't want to put my child through that. And I feel like I'm a bad mother for even allowing a child to be on this earth. And, but the baby, he ended up being born. Um, and just a lot of crazy things happening. You can just consider me an immigrant with no family, honestly, but I had to do adoption with the baby. And it was an older white lady at first that I wanted him to be with. But she ended up adopting another baby first, and it was too much. But she's the one I wanted him with. So I had to look for other families, and it ended up being these two white women. They're lesbians, lesbian women, two white blonde ladies or whatever. And I met them. We were still like getting to know each other because I did not want to make my decision yet. But my water broke like literally the day after I met them. And like with the adoption, you have like a few hours and stuff like that. And it just just like kind of a rush thing, and being naive and young and stuff, I was just hoping that they would be I wouldn't have to worry about them. They're women, so they'll be good mothers and things like that. um Mothers and things like that. So the day when I was in the suburbs, this is when I was still in Chicago. The suburbs of Illinois, a lot of people in the city, they might tell you that they're very racist, and this is very true about a lot of suburban areas, rural areas. They are don't have a lot of color, so a lot of them remain ignorant because you are not around color, and you're only going to see the color that you might hear on TV or what you might see in movies. So a lot of them remain ignorant. Um, but the hospital I went to, the baby, it was a white guy, the doctor that delivered the baby boy. Um, this doctor, something I just sense, especially with having a baby, I felt I have more energy and I can just feel more energy with people. And I just sense things, and also hearing what I heard. I'm not gonna just take everything people are saying in the city, be like, oh, everyone's racist. No, that's not it. Um, you know, but it turned out this doctor was racist. How do I know? Because I asked him. It was just something like what I was going through was very sensitive, and the hospitals are usually generally supposed to be sensitive about it. And you are a man that's delivering a baby. I'm just gonna. Yeah, I asked him if he was racist. He told me yes. I don't like anybody that doesn't look like me. This filthy old white tiny dick bitch touched my fucking child. The first person that touched my child, and you telling me that you're racist? Why are you a doctor delivering children? Why? I'm gonna tell you why. This person, if you know how as I said, looks can be deceiving, sometimes they're not. This person, his face had the face of a pervert. We have this Roe versus Wade going on. I'm so tired of all these laws that are getting fixed before things that should. One, hiring police officers and making sure that they're not trying to be an officer to be a killer, and because they really what they want killers. This doctor should not have been looking at any fucking woman's vagina. But he's a sick ass man, and I'm pretty sure he became a doctor so he can look at pussy. Yes, don't be naive, bitch. Like I was. There are people you might think are doing it because they want to help. That I was already uncomfortable having a male doctor deliver me anyway, but on top of that, it turned out the reason why I was comfortable became true. You racist, and now on top of that, you're a pervert because you only did that to look. He only delivers baby to look at pussy. So he told me that. But I was living with a white family at that time, so I did not want to put that on the two white women that was adopting my baby. Fast forward after the baby was born and we finalized everything. I went to school. I went back to high school. I went to it was like a majority suburban white high school that I went to. Um, and it was like these three white girls. I knew her mom, so her mom introduced me to her and we went to school together. I was hanging out with. We were at lunch one day, right? One of the girls that was there, um, that was sitting at the table, they started talking about the Spanish teacher who's Spanish, the one that's speaking Spanish. They were like, she's mixed with black, she's a Blaxican or whatever. And then she said something ignorant, racist about her name. She's like, shouldn't her name be like Quintanita Hernandez or something? Trying to be ignorant, trying to make the name sound more ghetto, rude as fuck. I didn't say nothing about it as I just had Felix and these little high school bitches, weak ass, dry ass pussy, no pussy game like me. I was on another mindset as I am still to this day than most of these bitches. Um, so I just did not say anything and I was trying not to make too much deal of it because I would have snapped the fuck off on her. So the next day I did not want to say nothing. I went and I had ate outside. This bitch gonna come out there to me and she's gonna try to come, and try to come get me back inside and stuff. Hey, didn't apologize, did nothing. Trying to play it sweet like you did not say nothing that you said. And this is the reason why I told this story and wanted to start off is because of this Karen shit. White women are upset that they are being seen as evil when they've been trying to play this victim role all this fucking time. Like they're the sweet, innocent princess, privileged bitch that does not know something. And this is when I was working on the phone. I know this stories, but just bear with me, baby. When I was working on the phone and I was doing political surveys, I remember I had a phone call with this white lady, and wherever she was in Wisconsin, whatever, and she was like, part of my survey, I had to ask her the question. I think I had to ask her a question about like race and just like uh, controversial things that we are hearing today. And she was like, I don't know, I'm a privileged white woman. And I just don't understand, like, that just sounded stupid to me. And like, you're saying it like it's funny and it's not funny, bitch. And if you are a privileged white woman, then bitch, and you have money, then you can use your money to get education. How you a privileged, but you still on the same dumbass level as someone that's poor? I don't understand when people say that, bitch. You really not privileged. This bitch had COVID and everything. We were on the phone talking. She told me she tested positive or whatever the fuck you test when you get COVID. She told me that she tested, bitch, your privilege didn't stop you from getting COVID, bitch. You're not that privileged. You're not above God, bitch. I don't give a fuck if you're a Martian from outer states, bitch. I'm pretty sure you still are not the higher power, bitch. Now, this is what, so I just wanted to get into that. They like to play the victim role, not all of them a lot. And and they don't want to be seen like that, so I'm noticing a lot of like the Black Lives signs. I keep on seeing white people keep forcing smiles with me. Motherfuckers keep on trying to come up to me saying, I do different styles. I do this all the time. They're like, oh, your style is great. And I'm like, do you really think that, or you feel like you trying to give me confidence because you think I'm insecure, bitch? Because I think I look better than you. But that's my opinion. This a fact. So it's just a lot of things. I don't need you to do shit, bitch, because you looking like a bad person now. I need you to do that all the time before you was looking as a bad person. There are a few that want to help, but it's just a lot of questioning. It's sad that when I have to question, it's very sick. I have to question if you really are a mother or not. After the situations with the school and everything, fast forward again, I became 19. I started learning. I didn't try to look for it. It came up to me. It's on everywhere now about how white people are reptilians and out of space and all this shit. And then supposedly you came for black women, then you just got whiter. I don't see that, bitch, because you just don't have no lick of color in you for you to even seem like it. So it just, I have to make this video for his safety and just out of disgust. This is highly disgusting. I have to question if you are being really a mother, or just question all of these things now and worry about my son's safety. And then I talked to them about it and shared my concern because I was 16 when this happened. I've learned new things and a lot of things. The white guy killed a bunch of black people because supposedly white people are feeling like their power is being lost in society. It's been so much things that has happened. You are two white women. This is a chocolate male. I just wanted him to have a mother and a sweet love. Now it's just all this extra stuff that I have to wonder now. And then it's making me seem like I'm crazy. I have to email these ladies. They want to stop sending my baby's pictures. That's making it look weird. I didn't tell them about what happened with the doctor until now. And I just want people just to know and just to give advice to you and also to see I know I'm not wrong. I told them about the situation and I want you to treat my baby as if this is your baby. And a doctor said that to you when you gave birth. What the fuck would your ass would have did? You would have sued this doctor. Instead of getting upset with me, you need to be upset with the doctor that had Felix. So this is what is gonna keep on questioning me, and I don't give a fuck, bitch. FBI, CIA, you can look at me all you want, bitch. You can try to test a mother with their fucking child, bitch. I'm gonna show you my superpowers when they come the fuck out, bitch, and you wanna test my fucking kid. This is a baby. This is why I never wanted to have children. I never wanted to bring my child into any fucking race wars. And this is highly disgusting that I have to sit out. I can't sleep. I have to keep drinking to subdue my mind and wonder what the fuck are you trying to get him? Because I didn't learn until after all this hate. They want to say, you, oh, you ugly, your skin, you a beast, and all this shit, even though I knew I was great. Finding out that my skin has melanin in it, my hair has melanin in it, and which is really kind of a supercharger and good for Earth and helps my eyes. And I don't need sunglasses like white people always need sunglasses in the wintertime and shit like that. So I'm learning all this stuff. So I have to question, you have to know your worth because a lot of people are going to take advantage of you. And I have to question all of these fucking things now. It's highly disgusting that I have to think even deeper. I was a sweet girl, still am sweet, and I have to think deeper. They have made their eyes try to look like the most beautiful eyes in the world, but to me, it looks like the eyes of a serial killer and a psychopath sometimes. Most of the time, when I look into their eyes, it does not look attractive unless it's on a chocolate woman. When I see blue eyes on a chocolate woman, that you can even YouTube, they always say the most beautiful woman in the world. Then that motherfucker look nice and sweet on them. But on their ass, I just does not seem right. Something's just not sticking, bitch. And I'm not going to let it go because now I really don't know what else to do but to take it to social media. And they got all these other things, these stories being made light. I feel like this story should be as well. So hopefully I do ask the Lord to control the internet and just hopefully this reaches the right person. So that I wish Doreen Virtue would do it, but the right person so that this could be made known like all these other stories so that I can get the public to force them to see what the fuck is going on. But I have to get into because it's going on 33 minutes, but I have to get to what I said. The title is Should Black People Be Called Out on Racism Too? So let me get into that. Fast forward when I was talking about the thing with Carlos, and the Mexican guy that I met at the DMV. As I said, I was having really like hurtful thoughts that I just never wanted to think about Mexicans, after the situation with Carlos. And it was going on for like 6 months. So I say me go. He moved near me, back in June. I see him. I was not gonna say shit to him. I saw his face. I forgot his name and shit. But we did have like a situation before Carlos, so I did not want to ignore him. And so I just trying to get over my emotions and I gave him a hug and we started talking after that again. So we have been around each other and I was around him because I needed to have that peace of mind and that clarity and not keep thinking evil things that I was thinking in my head about them. So I'm gonna say I used him in a way so that I can have my peace of mind, but it wouldn't be using in a bad way. I think he needed me too, and it was beneficial. But I'm open-minded and I have to get a better understanding of your people now because already, first I was looking at you as only black people, but after this person, Carlos, tried to make me seem like I was so different than him, now I started looking at Mexican in a different way. So it felt like I had to get to know all over again, these people. So we started talking, it was okay, and I was trying my hard, I just kept thinking about the Carlos situation. I was trying not to put that on him, the Carlos situation, and give him the benefit of the doubt. Um, but he knows African American people and things like that. But it's not enough. So this is a situation of one of his male friends or whatever that he knows. This is why one of his friends that he knows, whatever, is African American, an African American guy. And one day, this was like after we started talking again, I went over there and me and him he was talking to me and he said something like, he was asking me, you don't like black guys, right? Or something. I'm like, I like, Ethiopian, I like some African tribes and stuff like that. Um, I'm not gonna lie, just after a lot of racist things that I've been hearing from African Americans, like the situations I told you, those are a couple situations I've had with white people. I've had more racist situations honestly with African Americans than anything, saying more racial things to me, than anything. Um, and this is just the truth. Like there was a study, like they did like a college study, and it was crazy. I just said that colored people, black people, cocoa people, black African, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna say cocoa, so we just know when I'm saying cocoa, I mean black for you. They said they were most racist. And I was like, oh no, that's like, no, they're just saying that. But I was like, no, that's because they have a lot of racist things said to them. So they do a lot of, but then after that, I realized, oh no, this is true. And I cannot be using that as an excuse. Just because you have racist things done to you does not mean make you better by being a racist person as well. And a lot of black people, they do this a lot and they need to get in trouble. Not in trouble, but like just be called out on it just like every other person does because racism is not just based on white people regardless if they started it or not or do too much extra shit when they do are racist. It's a contribution from every fucking body that have helped with everything. I was watching BBC. They did this thing in Africa where this Chinese man went to Africa, forgot what part he was in, and he was teaching the village kids Chinese. And turns out he was making them say racist things. He was teaching them racist things, and they had like another Chinese person, came and talked with him. He had a recorder, and stuff like that. And he was like saying to him, you know, that they're not smart and they all look alike. And that's the most funniest shit I've heard when I heard that shit because since I was a kid, I've always thought that Chinese people look alike. Like I could never tell these motherfuckers apart with your eyes and shit. The fact that you would say something ignorant like that, knowing damn well that all y'all ass look alike, and say that someone else has a low IQ and you think you have a high IQ and you're speaking these things, that's a test score, bitch. It does not mean anything. Sometimes a test score can mean that you can manipulate as well as be manipulated very well. That does not mean anything. It was highly fucking disgusting. This ugly, fat Chinese man, he was very ugly. Nothing attractive about him. Nothing attractive. Very ugly, tiny, and everything. To say, just disgusting. It's just getting disgusting. And I had to do. My son is with two white women, and they said that I'm going to be an influence in his fucking life and all these fucking children's life because it's disgusting that we're moving in more closer to the year 3000 than we are to we're even closer to the year 3000 than we are to 1800, and people want to still talk like this. It's highly disgusting. Nobody has the time for this. Why the fuck bitches want to keep doing this? Why? Because money is made from racism. Entertainment is made from racism. A lot of comedians, most of your favorite ones, most of them, they always talk about some cultural difference things. Everybody laughs. It's entertainment. It is no longer entertainment for me, bitch. I'm smacking the fuck out of every fucking body. I'm not giving you no chances, bitch. You are grown as fuck. I shouldn't have to tell you anything. There was this black girl when I was walking down the street one day. She's lighter than me. She was with a white guy and a Mexican girl. I'm walking minding my fucking business, listening to my music, ignoring humans, which you bitches would never hear, like every day. She was putting her jacket on, the bitch behind me. I'm gonna call her a bitch. 'Cause she's a bitch. Um, and she said something. I couldn't really hear. They're like, put it on. She's like, I'm a nigger it or something. I don't know what the fuck that means. I guess she was gonna try to be an extra nigger and try to put her jacket on. Like, what? Maybe I don't know. Maybe niggers have jacket abilities. I don't know. I didn't understood it. But the white guy next to her, he said that was racist. So it's not like I'm just like imagining this. And I'm just like, oh, being like a sobby bitch and thinking about things. No, this is stuff that I encounter here every fucking day that bitches are still talking about. He said that's racist. Then that's why I'm hearing shit. So I turned the fucking bell around to her to look at her because a fucking white person just had to tell you that something was racist and your insecurities made you say some racist, ignorant shit around him. And the type of the way she looks and the way that both of her, the white guy and the Mexican girl look, it don't even sound like she's the type of bitch that would say something. But maybe they was, maybe she's in a like, aftercare program, volunteering and they helping her. I don't know. I looked at the bitch and she want to give me a little ghetto ass look, doing like, like when bitches have like some type of crank in their fucking neck or something, just doing a little extra with her neck. The bitch was about to roll the fuck off. So she's like, "Can I help you?" So I turned the fuck around and I walked the fuck back and got in her face. Yes, bitch. Why do I told her, I said, I don't play with racism. It's not funny. She's like, I'm black. I said, you racist. She said, okay, I'll be racist. This is what the fucking wrong with people today. And not today, just forever. And why I don't like people. Instead of accepting that you're wrong and be like, I'll be better and understanding the situations, you're seeing a bunch of Black Lives signs. We were on the street where they painted a memorial of Breonna Taylor. And so you're seeing a bunch of shit like this. It's very sensitive. It's always been sensitive. Instead of, you don't want to be wrong, and this is what a lot of people do. You don't want to be wrong. So instead of being wrong, you're going to accept being wrong and you're going to basically applaud it like you were right and you were for doing the right thing. So I said she was racist. She said, okay, I'm racist. Yes, bitch, because you are a nigger today, but then you light skinned tomorrow, bitch, when your ass don't want to fucking reap the benefits of being dark, bitch. And this is what they want to call it colorism, what Queen Naja did. I'm not going to call this bitch a queen because you're not queen. I don't know if that bitch is her sister, but this bitch, Naja, she has insecurities. A lot of people use being lights as a thing to lift them up because these bitches ugly as hell and they don't have a lot of things. Regardless of anything, these people are still black. So they use a lot of being light skinned a lot as a way to lift themselves up from being oppressed as N-word. A lot of people got raped in slavery, as I made in my videos a bunch of times, and they became light skinned. The light skinned people are natural to Africa, but a lot of people still, they got raped and became light. The fact that you are being racist is disgusting because you have insecurities, bitch. So you want to hold on to that little shred of hope that someone has given you to make you feel good about your fucking self. And I know what I am. I see from my last job encounter that I'm a fucking diva, and hopefully this is my path in life, and I hope it's to be great because I don't see myself being a regular bitch. I cannot be. Not saying not to down anyone, but my mindset is just, I just hate that. How the fuck am I talking about this? How the fuck, why don't nobody, they see it. It's not nobody being sleep and it's not nobody being woke. I'm so tired of this woke shit. Bitch, you see it. You just don't want to see it because you want to believe this shit because you are insecure. You already feel like you ugly as fuck. So you use this that someone has given you to feel better about yourself, bitch. You see it. You're not sleep, bitch. You just ignore it. Stop saying you're this woke shit. These bitches are woke. Everyone is woke. They just choose to ignore shit. You are not. You are seeing that shit. You see everything. It's just not affecting you at the time, bitch. Trayvon Martin was like, his ass still got shot the fuck up. Now, seriously, I'm not even trying to. Seriously. But back to this thing about what I was saying about Miguel, the Mexican bastard. He was hanging around this African American guy. He still hangs around him. The African American guy, as I say, he was asking me. I say yes, I like Ethiopians and some tribes of Africa, but I'm not how African American are. I'm not going to tell them the truth of how I really feel around other races and talk bad about them around other races. Because in reality, I really am angry with African American males right now, and I don't want them around me. And it's because a bunch of racist, insecure things that they have done, like what this man did after I told him this. So I told him that certain tribes. He said, I only like Latin women. And I have been around somebody that did this to me before. African American men, not all of them, but a lot of them feel that they are nothing. They are never going to be nothing. They're not shit, and they know they are oppressed, and they know that they are not in Africa. They're in America, and white men supposedly rule this, and then they're going there. So they don't feel very full or fulfilled. So they say things out of their mouth, showing their insecurities, trying to make it seem like, oh, you're bad or something's wrong with you because something's really wrong with them and they're insecure and they feel bad. He felt bad that I'm not attracted to African American men. But instead of showing me that I should, he showed me the reason why I am not attracted to them. And it's because I've heard them say this ignorant shit several times because you're trying to make me jealous, which is not because the guy that brought me here is a Mexican guy. So why do you think you saying that is going to make me jealous? It shows how insecure. I know I met this one boy. He's a rapper, trying to be a rapper. I think he sucks, but he told me like he's insecure about having a big nose. This African American boy and all types of shit. This is the things that they do. I'm noticing like they go around other races. They'll date another race of woman, and even though that woman likes him and thinks he's beautiful, he still got his own insecurities that he has to deal with before she came. It's not her being with him is not really that healing because he still has a male. You know, he's still insecure and don't think he's good enough for her. So they be upset in their feelings, even though they came out of a woman. They still cry about their mother. They're gonna say racist things about colored women, and they do this a lot. Why? Because one, you came out of colored women, and it hurts your fucking feelings, bitch. If I don't want you, why? Because I made you, bitch. Me, you came out of chocolate, Yanni, bitch. You're mad because I don't like your ass. And you're showing me nothing more so by saying things like this that you are even less of a fucking man. You're not turning me on. You're not making me feel jealous how you want me to feel. You're showing me that you're not a man and I don't like your ass even more. I'm tired of hearing these. I really cannot ever see myself in a relationship with an African American person. My personality, who I am, I don't see that ever being able to happen. With I don't see this being ever being able to happen. Um, and I'm not as I said I'm not African American. The males, I'm not doing what they do. I'm not saying this to bring more hate. I feel like it's enough things that have been going on in the world, and I'm not adding extra things with that. But I have to make this video because I need you guys to understand that this is disgusting. This is not You're not a real man or a real N word if you doing this. This is disgusting and it shows how emasculated and weak and how easily it was to destroy you when you say things like this out of your mouth. And if you're in your feelings because of this, that's because you know it's true and baby, you're not ready to understand. But it's not gonna take away from the fact that it's true. But this is what happened. But then it's so funny because after this, he was trying to get me to go in the bathroom with him. We were smoking. He was trying to talk to me and shit. So this is how I know that you like me and shit. And a lot of them do. You just want me to be in my feelings. I heard black guys be saying, saying to white girls, oh no, they don't know how to suck dick, or saying this so they can put like the women into competition so they can fuck them and make them jealous so they can be like, no, she can't suck dick better than me. Let me lick the lollipop. Like, bitch, that's not gonna do anything for me. You bringing somebody else in it, and what if you trying to touch me, bitch? It just doesn't sit right with me. But like that's because I'm gonna make this under an hour. But that's what I was saying. Basically, why I had to make this video is because and also with Kodak Black, this is why I don't do social media anymore because I'm noticing a lot of the African American people, they just really show how insecure they are when they get into the industry. And you have to understand, just because a man is rapping about, I'm not gonna say man, a boy, really a little man boy, is rapping about killing, gang, fuck bitches, love bros, gang shit. That does not mean that you don't have insecurities. These motherfuckers, they see their pictures just like everyone else see their pictures. And Kodak Black, he said some comment, and that ugly pimple face bitch Roddy Rich decided to repost his comment. He said, "I don't like no bitch black like me." And there was an ugly little baby gorilla that was on Vlad TV. And yes, bitch, I'm a red chalk. You can't hurt me, bitch, because I'm the good one. Y'all has black. Now, and I'm gonna roast the fuck out of you now because you just put yourself out there and you deserve the roasting like this. Saying something like that. How do you think that sounds cool? You saying that you don't want no bitch black like you, disrespecting your family, disrespecting yourself. And just because you have a baby with another person of another race, you are still the father, you dumb bitch. Because you don't know what a man is. You are still the father, and your baby can still come out looking ugly and black just like you. Karma is a bitch. And you're gonna have to see your fucking child's face. And even though you have sex with another fucking color, that your baby can still come out looking like you. Just because you have a Brady, people keep thinking that you have mixed babies that they're gonna be pretty. No, I've seen things. I'm sorry, but it's not. That's not how it happens, baby. Not everyone that has mixed babies are gonna be pretty. So that was disgusting. It's already enough stuff in the the African American community. And then you all want to y'all finally become famous. But this is the reason why they want them to become famous. Because y'all do stupid shit like this. And do you want to add more trauma to your community? That just does not sound like, Kodak Black, he see his face, and he looks like a baby fucking gorilla. I mean, I could have saw him as handsome, but after you said this comment, I just don't see nothing beautiful about you, and you look like a baby gorilla to me. Nothing is interesting about his music. People still want to listen to him though. They don't give a fuck, and I'm not going to talk about it anymore. Let somebody disrespect you and put money in their pocket. That's so smart. We do this every day. But this is the stuff they say, and they really do have a lot of insecurities. And they say things like this when they're around other colors. The women that they're very insecure, and these women, thinking it's cool, sweetheart. You think it's baby, you being around somebody like that, that's not cool. And stop being around African Americans and then you being having sympathy for them and letting them say shit out of their mouth and be like, I shouldn't tell them it's racist because I'm wrong because I'm white. No, what that white guy did and told her that was racist, that was right. She shouldn't be saying that shit. And just how he needs to get his ass whooped or cursed the fuck out if he said that shit, so the fuck does she. It's just the same. I'm tired of from both sides now. I really don't have a choice. I consider white people my family now. I don't like you bitches, but I until I find out the truth. But I consider you my family because just a little slick shit. I just noticed a little slick shit, and it's just not hitting with me. I consider you bitches my family now. I won't admit that I have Irish in me, bitch. It's not enough. Um, we done with that. But I consider you my family, so I'm gonna be honest. That's how the saying was saying. I thought it was the same and stuff like that. But I think let me make sure I got all the points in this video. I feel like it was more professional this time, the video, and I don't this time I'm really gonna keep it up. I didn't say that, but just know what I was gonna also say, the N-word, negro, negative, nigga, whatever. I don't like to say it, but if you don't obviously the Spanish word black is negro, negro. So we know where the N word comes from. So yes, it's Latin. It came from the Latin word, and let's be honest, it has been a lot of racism. Um, a lot of women are, I'm noticing, are insecure. Beyonce. Nicki Minaj, Megan Thee Stallion. All this stuff. Like if you notice, like I'm not putting down any other woman, but I'm just saying having this hair and the curl patterns that we have with this hair is so many creations from the history that people have made. So the hair, in a way, would say have made like the women. This is deja vu, bitch. I keep saying the same person go around. So I told you supernatural shit. Now, it has made, I think, makes the women a little bit more diva with the, the more time consuming that we have to put into our styles. Not to say putting down anyone, but it just brings out a different arts when colored people or cocoa people, I like to say, do arts. It brings out a different, because of the way it looks and things like that. It does. And to just be honest, I've seen white people post, "Oh, I don't want to be white. Black people are so fun," and stuff like that. The sun and the energy and blah blah blah. And I'm saying this because there's been a lot of jealousy because of that art that has come, and people want to make people feel insecure. You know that they really are interested more in our hair sometimes than they are in their own, because most everyone else's hair is just straight plain. This is spectacular, bitch. Now, there was this thing from this group, Fifth Harmony. I don't really, but Fifth Harmony. It was the Mexican group. Her name is Camila Cabello, whatever the fuck it is. I'm gonna call her Kahater. That's what I'm gonna call this bitch, Kahater. Kahater. If you know Namani, Girl, I'm gonna get up and I told you I'm a little naked. Now, so Camila Kahater, she has called her the N word, Nomani, and then she's gonna says something. Now, Nomani was the only chocolate girl up in there, and Camila, I don't know what the other girls were. They seemed like white, but Camila was Mexican, whatever. She called Camila Kahater. She called her the N word, and then she wanted to try to turn around and say that she did not call her the N word, bitch. As I said, you speak Spanish, bitch. What the fuck did I just say? Negra comes from the Spanish word black, nigga, whatever. So the N word nigger is from that. So how the fuck you don't know what the fuck it means, bitch? And why the fuck would you call somebody to hurt them if you don't know what the word? You have to know what the word means if you're trying to hurt somebody, right? And the bitch got away with it. You know what the fuck that means. And why did Camila do this? Why? Because out of everyone, Camila's ugly as fuck in the group. She's the ugliest. And like her style, it was not, it was okay. Namani, she has that melanin in her, so it has the different art. And the bitch Camila Kahater, in my opinion, I feel was jealous of Namani. For my new project, I can see Namani definitely has some art in her. Just stop trying to be Kelly Rowland, bitch, and I will be with you. I don't like copies. I like originals. Now, this is the truth. And a lot of bitches like to use these racial comments that they hear and they to try to put themselves up because they feel ugly and insecure. So a lot of them, and when people with melanin in their skin do art, it's very different. It's just something that just comes out different with the soul. And a lot of people are jealous that they can't meet that art standard. Um, they're very jealous that they can't do these creative styles, the goddess locks, box braids, poetic justice. You might be like, oh, bitch, you only got 2 inches of hair or whatever the fuck you have. But you have to understand, know thyself and love thyself, because these bitches be hating. And sometimes, you know, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. But if you were already insecure and, about a comment, like somebody said, some racial comments about, then you were already before that. So, it's easy for them to use that to hurt you if you already basically was hurting before about that. So just don't be doing that. Don't be, thinking about looks or whatever, all this, looky that, looks this, look, it's a set of young hoes being born at this time, bitch, that's gonna come and take all these men, bitch, from me. So I'm not thinking about that, bitch. Um, Other things that need to be healed, and I know I'm gonna be just perfect. So that's just, the last thing that I'm thinking. The bitches like that, they just go with life just thinking about looks anyway. Them bitches ended up looking like Miss Piggy, because they got Botox and all this surgery, and now they look like Miss Piggy. So it just got to a whole thing. But the title is, should black people be called out for being racist as well? Yes, the fuck you should. Yes, the fuck you should, because sometimes you really are more racist than other people because of your insecurities. You want to play let me hurt you before you hurt me games, and this is always, I'm noticing, is played a lot in the African American community, everywhere really. Let me hurt you before you hurt me. Let's just stop. Just love yourself, bitch. You don't have to hurt nobody, okay? It's just disgusting. I'm just tired of hearing this shit because you want somebody. Just don't. This is not manly. Just know this right now. It is not manly to, at a time, especially so sensitive, to try to use that to make someone jealous because you are nothing and you feel like you are really nothing. You're, in society, you don't feel really man enough. So you say things like this. It's not manly. And I just want everyone to know. And um, that girl not telling you because she has insecurities. And she wants, she's holding on to that because she has insecurities. So she's not going to say anything about it. But, two insecurity bitches together. That's how we have kids that's shooting up schools and stuff like that. I'm tired of talking about this. I would like to go get some air. That's the story. I hope I'm just gonna be honest. I'm gonna say I just hope all you bitches that are like this die and never come on this earth again. I just die, 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 die. You have brought lessons and stuff, some good entertainment, bitch, but it's not enough. Now you just a nuisance. Peace and love on Mother Earth. I hope the Lord is back.